Hello everyone, this is Anita White with Love Your Art. We're back today with another video. We're ready to get started. I'm going to be using a 24 by 24 inch canvas and I'm using my original dustpan that I paint with. Haven't used this one in a while and I thought, okay, let's try this out. I'm going to be using several paints that I think I'm going to put in the cup first. Then I'm going to try and release them into the dustpan, see how that works. And then I'm going to take and pour them out from the dustpan onto the canvas. Just going to try and see what happens. I have the Artist Loft. Let's put these in front here so you can see. This is some Artist Loft Old Gold. We're doing basically a straight pour here. Some Bordeaux Red by Arteza. Golden Quinacridone Magenta. Actually, no. Golden Quinacridone Nickel Hazel Gold. Amsterdam Titanium White. With some custom gray, that's the Titanium White by Amsterdam, along with the Oxide Black by Amsterdam. We'll use the black, which is Oxide Black by Amsterdam. So you actually have the black, the white, the gray, and the black all having been combined with each other, layered here. Then I have the Arteza Pearl Copper Gold. And I'm adding to that the Burnt Umber by Liquitex Basics. Beautiful palette. I'm using Oxide Black by Amsterdam as an extender. I'm gonna go ahead and put the rest of this Artist Loft Old Gold in here. I'm going to add some Bordeaux Red, in other words, the same layering colors. I know the Bordeaux Red is going to dominate, and that's okay. That's my Nickel Hazel Gold. It's actually Golden Quinacridone Nickel Hazel Gold. There's a bit of white that we're going to put back in there. Let's just use it all up. This is going to be an amazing pour. So some more black in there, or actually custom gray, along with black. And Pearl Copper Gold and brown. Same order, just layered twice. Okay, now I want to be sure that I have this container where I can pour into the dustpan. So I'm holding on to it and I'm just going to go ahead and pour, tilting it back a little bit. This is going to hopefully give us some unique design. Just pulling it up. We can wiggle a little bit. Circular motion, give us some little fingerlings. I'm watching it to see how full it gets because I'm pretty sure we're going to fill this up. Look at that beautiful Nickel Hazel and the gold. I want it to spill over, so if it does spill over, that's good. I want it to, boy, that's perfect. Just about ready to spill over there. And we'll release that. There we go. We're gonna push this down and let it flow. Just tilting it, sliding it back toward me so I can retain some of that awesome design that I see here. Hope you can see this. It's beautiful. It's always more beautiful inside the dustpan. Tilt this back a little bit more so we get all the paint out that we possibly can get from this dustpan. You can see how beautiful this is. Okay, let's get it all out. Release, release, release. it back. There we go. I think we just about have all of the dustpan paint off. Beautiful striations that have come from this. And we want to take this and move it off. All right, put this aside, clean that up. I do want to show you how pretty it is. That's the dustpan. Beautiful. Okay, and we have black. That is the Oxide black by Amsterdam that I mentioned we would use to help flow as a flow extender for the overall design here. I'm using my spatula to pull this all the way out to the edge, help us get coverage. A lot easier. Just turning this to get the paint moving off the edge, ready to move off the edge a lot easier without overstretching the paints that we poured out. This should be quite a unique abstract design. I will list the mix, what I use for my mix here. I'll tell you and then I'll list it beneath the video. We have 2 parts Floetrol, 1 part Liquitex Pouring Medium, the gloss finish. Then we have 1 teaspoon of the GAC 800. That's the pouring medium mixed with 1 part paint and about 20 grams of water if needed to get to the desired consistency. And that's for each color that you see in this design, that we mix those particular colors with. Okay, we have enough paint probably to get us over the edge, and that's what you want to do with the extender. I am also going to use the torch at this point, checking out air bubbles, popping them, making sure that everything can flow nice and smooth, and also helping with the color blend, because we may see some additional colors that we didn't see as a result of the mix. Okay, and I will have to rest this onto the spinner because the larger canvases obviously are heavier with paint on them, but they tend to get a little bit weighted as you're tilting too. So I'm lifting, and I'm going to start by moving this more to the center first. And this spinner helps because I can lay it down and turn it without spinning. So I want to get to some of this here. I'm going to go to that corner, upper right corner, and over, and move it into the center, pulling it back, resting it. Checking out the sides while we're at it. And then I'm going to go to the same corner again, which allowed me to, actually the lower corner here toward me. Getting this to go over the edge nicely, resting it, bringing it back to the center. It's beautiful. Wow. A lot of detail in that. Okay, let's see if we can move some of this again, lifting it, bringing it over, I'm gonna bring it out to the lower left corner. All right, and resting it and then tilting it back to the center. Making sure that the sides and corners are fully covered. Okay, cool. And I can turn this side and bring it over to this lower left corner. I want to get a good grip on the bottom where I have push pins. Help me lift it up so I'm not touching the sides. You can see that. Bringing that down and over, covering up that black. Hopefully we're getting it all covered. All right, and we can tilt it back to the middle. Oh, incredibly heavy, I must say. Oh. Okay, I think we can put it down now. Okay. That's amazing. Amazing. Wow. Just need to touch this corner up here. Just doing it with my glove. And there we have it. A straight pour that we used a dustpan on. I'm going to tilt it a little bit more down and see if we have any movement. Always looking for any uninvited guests. Could be anything that could be less, make for less than desirable outcome. Wow, that's pretty unique. Wow, 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 look at that. So very pretty. The striations in this are just incredible. I'm gonna turn it around, not turning to spin it, but turning to check it out from side to side and edge to edge. Simply beautiful. Those colors are unbelievable. Really has given us some variation in colors that we didn't have. I am going to lift this up just to tilt, see if there's any movement. We want this to dry evenly, and I do see some movement just in the middle. So we're going to tilt this a little bit to my left. And be careful not to touch the edges or the sides because they are nicely finished. Don't want to overstretch. So I'm going to bring it back because I can see on my upper right there is a bit of stretching. So I want to go probably that direction to keep from overstretching. While I'm closely observing to make sure no other areas are appearing to be overstretched. I want to take and get some of that gray out that we have there. And so I'm going to use my stretching to come, oh, let's go this direction. I want to go in that corner. See what we can do to pull that down. Again, there's very little paint here, which is what should happen. You shouldn't have a lot of paint at all, especially with a larger piece, because it's going to take a while to dry anyway, but you definitely want to make sure paint is off the canvas where it's not creating a difficult time for the painting to dry properly. Let's see if we can get some of that off the edge. It's hard for me to see. Almost over. There we go. And then back to the middle. Bringing this design as close to the middle without overstretching. Trying to capture what you like when you are tilting. what you want to keep and what you want to eliminate if possible. Let's see if we can move it this direction to go back to the middle. Okay, let's see, we're about there. There you go. Wow. Very, very nice. There are areas that I love about this, and I definitely think I have the option of continuing to work with this. I love, love, love these striations, but I do want to just take a moment to look at it all the way around. It's really pretty, but I almost wonder if I can just add some more paint and give this some more effects. Sometimes it's a lot easier to do that and give myself a different effect here. I love these outer edges. I'm just gonna play with it since I have the option of doing that. We don't always have enough paint remaining to play with things, and I have some. I'm almost not sure, but I think I want to do a little bit more to the middle. I would like to see more effects, I guess. Effects on the exterior corners with the striations are just beautiful. So what I'm going to do is take the same colors and add a little bit more paint to them, to the cup. See what I can come up with. Have a little bit of the, this is the old gold. Have some more made up. I'm gonna just try to play with this. The Bordeaux red is very, very dominant. It is one color, kind of like the 24 karat gold by Deco Art. It will take over. I'm gonna see what we can do to add a few more. Let's get some more white. A few more colors to it. I'm not putting a lot of Bordeaux red. Putting them back in the same order. And let's see. That's the black. I'll just finish that up. And I'm going to put the pearl copper gold along with the brown. Let's mix these colors in a little bit. They're not going to be layered into the dustpan. Just going to take and put them back in a cup and pour it out. I'm going to start again with the Arteza gold. A little bit of Bordeaux red. And nickel hazel. Let's use all that up. Get a little bit more white in there. And let's see, we'll do some gray. How about we just use that up? That makes sense. And just a little bit of black is left. So I can put some of that extender black in there. And then I'm going to use the pearl and the brown. Now this may change the complexion a little bit because I've added a little less red and more gold to try and make for a different outcome. Let's see. Okay, I'm not sure why my video went out, but I did load up a new cup and I'm going to add it to the middle to see what we can do to enhance this design without using the dustpan. I'm just using some circular motions to pour out the paints that I put in the cup in the same order that we put them in the original cup for the dustpan. And we'll see where this takes us. Really, really pretty. Let's see. How about we just start with the tilting, and hopefully I'm gonna start on this side. Hopefully the video won't go out. I'm not sure why it went out. I'm going all the way over to the upper left and to my side. I'm wanting to see this be brightened up a little bit, and I think we can do that with the color palette that we have now. I'm gonna bring that back. Bring it over to the middle. I will tilt this back to the middle and see what we get. I'm liking it so far. And then I'm going to take and turn it this way so we can get to this corner, which will again be the upper left corner for me. See if we can bring it back. Pull that over to the upper left corner. Moving it off slowly till we get to that edge. And we're going to straighten it up some and go off. Wow. Turn it around so we can see how that's looking. Pretty good. Again, we're moving back to the middle, tilting this all the way as far as it can go to the middle. Looking at what we have by way of design and deciding where we'd like to go as we were shifting, tilting. Wow, this is so cool. I love this corner, but it looks like it can be, oh, I love that corner. I'm not sure I wanted to do anything with that, but I can. Let's see, I don't care for this as much. Let's see if we can do this. All right, that takes that off. I like using this large spinner because it gives me a little bit of a reprieve when I'm having to lift and tilt, because with paint on the canvas, especially the larger size canvases, it gets heavy quick. All right, we're moving this down, trying to get that all the way over down the middle and tilting it a little bit to my left. And it's going over. Oh, let's see. Let's put it back here. We'll pull it over on this side. Slide it down toward this edge. All right. Get that corner side down and over. And that's good. And we'll have to turn it to get it back to the middle. See if we can tilt this a little more. Get that all the way off. There we go. All the way off. I like it like that. And I'll put this back to the middle. Getting that tilted to the middle. All right. All right. And we're getting it in the center, or centered, as we tilt. All right, now that looks okay. I'm not sure I'm like thrilled about that. So I have another idea. Love these striations on this corner. We can take, I think I'm gonna take and do, see what we can do with a ribbon. Okay, I'm dropping the cups. See if we can add a ribbon to this. Again, using the colors that you poured out. Just take a few of them. A little bit of paint at a time. It's always important to do what you feel you need to do. To make what you want. To get where you want to go. Let's see, I think I may add, let's add some black to this. Don't see a lot of black in that. So far I put the Old Gold Bordeaux Red, the Pearl Copper Gold, and I may put some white in here. Some black, and I'll add some white. Let's see what we can do. I'm going to start on this side over here, off the edge, and see if we can do a ribbon. Some of that pearl red color in there. All right. Now, I'm going to take and do just a bit of a spin. Watch it go to the other direction. Okay. And go to, wow, that's making some nice cells. That's making for some really nice cells. Beautiful lacing there. Oh, we can spin a little more. Great. Opposite direction. Okay, I think that's good. Don't want to overspin. Just get it to give it enough flow. And I think I'll put just a bit of what we have here in here. Move some of this white out. This is just leftover paint that was in the cup, breaking up some of the white in this corner. Spin that off. Okay. I can tilt some of that off. Maybe. Not sure how that'll do. Maybe tilt it this way. I like that a lot better. Really does make for unique abstract design. Tilting this in just a little bit, and you can see all of the excuse me, you can see all of the unique colors that have formed and the cells that are with it. I'm tilting this a bit just to move some of the ribbon that we have here where I put paint on off to make it a little smoother, a little bit more color. Okay, yeah. Not the most thrilling piece. How about, okay, we can do that. We can do it. How about we put a little bit of red, a little bit of gold, a little bit of black. Okay, come on. A little bit of black. And a little bit of white. Okay, and maybe a little bit of the pearl copper. Just gonna work on this corner here. Let's get it. I wanna get that paint to come down so that it's not all copper. There you go. Awesome. Now I can tilt this back, I believe. Tilt this back a little bit. Just smoothing it out. Give it a nice little spin. And let it start to flow over the edge. And we can tilt as well. Oh, that's pretty. That is pretty. Okay, get it to come back this way. All right. I like it a lot. Let's see if we can tilt it this way. Those cells that have come out as a result of the blending of paint that we had in the ribbon. Beautiful cells, you can see them there. I hope you like this one because it took a bit of work and sometimes you don't get it right or to your liking the first time. So you have to work at it. And that's what we did here. All right, pull this over. Make sure we got paint that can move off the canvas without leaving a big puddle there, making it difficult to dry. I am loving that. It has captured my heart now. Okay, I hope you like it. We're gonna bring you in for a close-up. This was more than expected. We had to do, our initial thought was to do the dustpan, in which we did, and then adding the ribbon really has enhanced it to giving us a unique outcome. Okay, we'll bring you in for a close-up so you can see under the flashlight. All right, everyone, we have this 24 by 24 inch canvas in which we've used multiple colors to do a dustpan pour with a ribbon. Look at this. This is where we ended up adding additional paint after the ribbon to get that area nice and even. Look at the cells along the side coming up, as we can see. A beautiful ribbon in the center here, really making for a lovely, lovely outcome. This design, this lacing that's in here. We have this on a flash so you can see close up at that white with the gold in it. It's just spectacular. Look at that. Very, very pretty. Super pleased with the outcome. A lot of times you have to keep working at it. Look at the black with the cells next to it with the white inside and the gold and that beautiful Bordeaux red all the way out to this edge. Along with coming along to the side here, we've got more beautiful lacing in this ribbon here as it swerves around, giving us some gorgeous striations on the outside here, all the way to the corner. And on top, you can see how pretty those cells are. Close up. Look at that. Oh, if we can focus. So super shiny, and the striations are just nice and crisp. Lovely. And going over to the other side here, up and moving up to one of the most spectacular parts of this is the Milky Way lacing that we have from the ribbon here with those beautiful pearl copper gold cells in there with the Artist Loft old gold and the Bordeaux red as well. I am very, very pleased with this piece. So a lot of effects in here and a lot of movement, giving this 24 by 24 inch canvas quite the show. All right, let me know what you think in the comments. Again, join me on my Facebook group, Anita White Art. It's a private group, so answer all the questions if you'd like to be considered for membership. We'd love to see your artwork there. And also, if you love what you're seeing on this channel, like and subscribe. We'd love to have your support and help grow our channel. Again, we thank you so much for being with us and giving us your time and patience as we continue to enjoy loving our art. Hope you will too. Until next time, keep loving your art. We'll see you on the very next one. Bye now.